Series 186 is where we're at today, and again, welcome. Glad to have you with us again for another matchup in baseball history. Two new teams and maybe two mismatched teams today. Remember, we take the great teams as well as the terrible teams, and we choose them randomly. So a little bit of a mismatch on paper this time, but that also makes it fun to see if we can possibly have an upset on our hands. And Series 186 is presented by the Park Baseball 21, and we are glad again, as I said earlier, that you are with us. So let's go ahead and introduce our two teams for this matchup. First of all, it's going to be the 109 loss 1979 Toronto Blue Jays. Yes, one of the worst teams of the generation, only 53 wins and a ton of losses. Seventh in the AL East. They were nowhere in any kind of competitive mood in 79. Roy Hartsfield had a rough time. Pat Gillick, the GM, was rebuilding, and the team obviously saw the rebuilding process really dig into their talent. And you see it here in the lineup. Not much there. John Mayberry did have 21 home runs, hit 274 with 74 RBIs. Alfredo Griffith at 21 years old, he stole 21 bases, hit 287. Not a bad player, young player. Ray Howell at third base, 247 with 15 home runs and 72 driven in. You have, yes, Danny Ainge on this team. He played in 87 games, hit 237. Danny Ainge of the famous baseball player that is obviously the famous basketball player, played a while in the NBA. So interesting that he's on the roster. Rick Cerrone, a well-known catcher, but he was more there for his defensive talents. You got Rick Bassetti out in center field. He hit 260 and stole 13 bases. Al Woods in left, 278 for Woods, only 5 home runs, a rough year for Woods. Bob Baylor, 229, I should say, for him. Very rough year for Baylor. And Rico Cardi at 39 years old, trying to get the offense going at 256 and 12 home runs. He's ready to wind down his career. So struggles, to say the least here. Otto Velez on the bench, along with Luis Gomez. Velez gets a lot of outfield work as young Ainge didn't play that much. But again, some young talent, but definitely a rebuilt, weak offense, to say the least. And the pitching, some issues here, obviously, as well. Tom Underwood, however, did battle it out as best that he could. 9 and 16, 369 for him. Into 27 innings, struck out 127, walked a ton of guys, but did his best with not a terrible ERA and did win 9. Nobody, of course, won in double digits. Phil Huffman, 6 and 18, as ugly as that is. The ERA very high. Huffman had a really tough year, allowed 111 earned runs and 25 bombs. Only struck out 56 men, a whip of 1.6. Tough times for him. Dave Lemanzik, 8 and 10, a 371 and 20 starts, much better, 11 complete games. And there's 21-year-old Dave Stieb starting off his career. It would be a great career, but this is the beginning here. 8 and 8 and 18 starts, not bad. However, the promise is there. Jim Clancy, 2 and 7, got hammered in his only few outings, and Tom Buskey with 7 saves out of the pen, not too bad, but everybody else in the pen very, very rough. The ERA's up towards 5 and 6 or higher. So rough times. The team ERA 4.82, and again, the team lost 109 games, so not a huge surprise. So the Blue Jays not strong at all, and any opposition they get is going to be fortunate to get them, and that is going to come by a Boston Red Sox team that was decent. They are from 1956. They won 84 games and lost 70, so 14 games over 500. They were in the middle of the American League in 4th place, and they were led by Pinky Higgins. Of course, the Red Sox of this era are defined by one name, really, and that name is Ted Williams. Although he is 37 years old, Williams still hit 345, over 100 walks, 479 on base percentage, 24 homers and 82 RBIs. He had 138 hits in 136 games. So Williams still the legend that he is, getting it done at the age of 37. Jackie Jensen, 20 home runs, 97 RBIs for him. He hit 315, a nice year for Jackie Jensen. Jimmy Pearsall's there in center, 293, 14 and 87. So good production from the outfield for the Red Sox. Mickey Vernon at first base. He hit 310 with 84 RBIs, 15 homers, 511 slugging, and over 400 on base. Good year for Vernon. Billy Goodman at first base, 293. Not much power from him, more there for his glove. Don Budding, 22 years old, hit 239. Not a great year for him offensively either. Bill Klaus, 271, 7 and 59 for him. Klaus, the lefty in the lineup, one of the many lefties in the lineup, and Sammy White at catcher, 245 with 44 RBIs. But again, the team led by the veteran Williams, as well as some other decent players. Not the best Red Sox lineup in history, but one that's still definitely the favorite, at least in this series. Dick Gurnett, 370 at-bats for Gurnett, 291 with 16 homers and 68 RBIs. And Ted Lipsio, 15 homers, 51 RBIs, 261. So two pretty good bench players there for the Red Sox and their club. Pitching-wise, Tom Brewer, 19 wins for Brewer. 350 ERA and 244. He struck out 127. Did have some control issues with 112 walks. Frank Sullivan, 14 and 7, a winning record. 342 for Sullivan. Not a bad year for him. Willard Nixon struggled a bit, 9 and 8 in his 22 starts. 421. I think he might have lost his spot in the rotation after some rough times. Max Parnell, 7 and 6 with 377 in 20 starts for him. And Bob Porterfield got an 18 starts with a high ERA for him. A rough record of 3 and 12. The closer maybe, Ike DeLock with 9 saves. You also have Dave Sizzler with 3 of his own. But again, just as the Blue Jays, the Red Sox pen rough times, ERA is pretty high. The pitching was teetering here for the Red Sox and might have been a big problem of why they could not make a run at the pennant. But again, 84 and 70 is nothing to laugh at. A good record, a pretty good team, and they're playing a team that lost 109 games. So the intro's pretty straightforward. The series looks to be pretty straightforward. The Red Sox, you would think, would have it fairly quickly over Toronto, but let's see how it plays out. Of course, the home field advantage will be at Fenway Park before we head out to Old Exhibition Stadium to see what happens in the middle portion of the series. So once again, ready to roll. The 1956 Boston Red Sox against the 1979 Toronto Blue Jays. From Fenway Park, Game 1, Tom Underwood for the Jays, ready to go up against Tom Brewer. Anything could happen in these series. Anything could happen between two big league teams. Let's take a peek now to Game 1 at Fenway Park and get this best-of-7 series started. So ready to go. Game number 1, starting it off. Tom Brewer, the pitcher. Beautiful Fenway Park. And this ball's hit hard into the corner. A good start here for Bosetti, who's going to get into second with a double. In the very first inning, as the first batter, he took care of a 3-2 pitch there. He's on third now for John Mayberry with 1 out. And Mayberry goes to left. That's going to make it 1-0. So the Blue Jays take the early lead here in the top of the first inning. And they continue to threaten now. Ray Howell up with still only 1 out. Brewer in all types of trouble. And this one's hit deep to right. Could it be to the wall, the short porch? Yes, sir. 3-run home run. The Blue Jays mean business here. Howell with the 3-run home run. It is 4-0 here in the very first inning in Boston. The home crowd is stunned, to say the least. Bottom of the first now, Dick Gurnett up at the plate. He takes one outside, so with 2 outs now, the Jays in some trouble. They've loaded the bases for Billy Klaus. Let's see if the Sox can come through. But there's a strikeout. Klaus looks at strike 3, so the 4-0 score keeps its margin, but it grows actually to 6-0 in the 5th. Mayberry at the plate. Mayberry goes deep now to right to the wall. Another home run for the Jays. Make it 8-0. Just a dream start here for Toronto. That's what happens maybe when a team plays without pressure. They are getting it done here in Game 1. What a shot by Mayberry to the 7th. Underwood still pitching very well, but this one's driven out to right. That'll leave the yard, so the shutout is gone. Gernert with a home run, making it 8-1, but much, much too late, one would think, here for the Red Sox. We move to the 9th. Gernert back up with Williams on first, nobody out, and Gernert comes through again. Deep to left, way back, his second home run over the Green Monster. His second bomb of the game. Hats off to Gernert. A 2-run shot. It is 8-3 now here in the 9th inning. And now with 2 outs, Mickey Vernon facing Jerry Gavin, and there's a strikeout. He swung at one out of the zone, and the Jays, surprise here, winning game number 1, 8-3, stunning the Red Sox on their home field and setting a tone here for this series. It looks like it's not going to be easy, and the Jays mean to be competitive for sure. Dick Gernert was 3 for 3 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs in the loss, but John Mayberry and his teammates got it done often and early. 3 for 4 for Mayberry, a home run, 3 RBIs. Underwood, 8 innings. He allowed 1 earned run, struck out 3. A good outing for Underwood. He gets the win, and Brewers struggled for the Sox, allowing 4 runs in the very first inning. So to everyone's surprise, the Jays win the opener, and really now, having to take it seriously will be the Red Sox as they prepare now for game number 2, and it's going to be Frank Sullivan taking the mound against Dave Lemanzik. It'll be a matchup now with much fun. So, after one game, the Jays up 1-0. Let's head out for game 2 now in Fenway and see if the Jays can stun again or if the Red Sox can break even. Second game now in big trouble for the Jays early as Ted Williams is up with the bases loaded and nobody out. What a nightmare spot here. And Williams will lift it to left, however. Looks like it's going to be playable. A runner's going to tag. The throw is going to hold the runner up. So more of a pop-up from Williams. He can't come through. And with 1 out now, Gernert, the hero of game 1, or the good performer, I should say, if game 1 comes through here in game 2, a base hit, that'll score a run, and the Sox take a 1-0 lead. On the Gernert hit, he's a one-man wrecking ball. Here comes Billy Klaus, still the bases loaded with only 1 out. And there's ball 4. So the Red Sox coming on strong here in the first inning of game 2. It is now 2-0, 3-0 with Sammy White up, still only 1 out. And this one's drilled to right. That might clear the bases, folks. All the way into the corner. Rattling up against the wall. It is a double here. 5-0 our score. Sammy White, the catcher, coming through. To the 3rd, it's 6-1. Otto Velez up with 1 out. And Velez is going to drive this one to right. That'll drop in there. So now the base is loaded for Roy Howell in a big spot. Howell will lift this one to center field. Great catch there in center by Pearsall. Wonderful catch. Saving multiple runs. Hats off to Jimmy Pearsall. But Rick Cerrone still has a chance here with 2 outs. Cerrone goes to second. Play made there, and the Sox get out of the threat in the 3rd. Thanks in great part to the great defense of Pearsall. We move now to the 4th. Here's Pearsall at the plate. He hits it deep to left. This might be up against the monster. Hit is over the monster. Home run for Pearsall. He's doing it with the glove and the bat. 7-1 Red Sox. Doesn't look like they're making any mistakes here in game 2. They mean business. In the 6th now, Jackie Jensen up with 2 on and 1 out. Jensen rips it to right, to the wall. 3-run blow for Jensen. He hammered that ball to the opposite field. 10-1 now. Boston giving their fans a breather here in game 2, a comfortable lead. And the bats have come to life. To the 7th, it's 11-1. Sullivan facing Cerrone. There's 2 outs. Ripped to second, but a great play there by Goodman. Whoa, what a slick glove he shows there. To the 7th we go. Jensen up with 2 on. Ripped to left center. This one to the wall. Another home run for Boston. Keep racking them up. It's 14-1. Homer number 2 for Jackie Jensen. And we move to the 9th, 15-1. What a scoreline. And Joe Cannon at the plate with 2 outs, mercifully trying to end this one. He will. And Boston puts down the hammer. 15-1, folks, in game number 2, evening this series 1-1. Wow. Jensen, 4 for 4, a home run, 6 RBIs. Quite an accomplishment for Jensen. Frank Sullivan pitched well, very well actually. Took it all the way between 1 out in the 9th and pitched shutout ball. Jimmy Pearsall, 3 for 5, a double, a home run, a great catch in center, 3 runs scored. Lemancic got ripped apart by the Boston offense. 6 runs for Boston in the 1st inning, and they didn't stop there. 15 runs. And a statement game saying game 1 was a fluke. They mean business. So we are all even when it comes down to it as we head now to Toronto and Exhibition Stadium. This all of a sudden has become a best-of-5 series. Willard Nixon will take the mound for the visiting Red Sox against young Dave Stieb. Stieb under pressure now as he takes the mound at home in front of his fans, hoping now that what happened in game 2 to the Jays can be quickly forgotten. So let's get ready for game 3, see if the Red Sox bats continue to sizzle, or will Dave Stieb make an impression here to get the Jays a win. So let's head out to Exhibition Stadium for game 3. Exhibition Stadium, here we go. Runners on the corners. 1st inning for Otto Velez. And Velez delivers the pitch, and that's hit to center. Let's see if the runner tags. He will. There's a good throw to the plate, however. They might have a chance, but he's safe. So it's 1-0. Blue Jays with the lead. We move to the 3rd inning. Dave Stieb with a man on second. Here's the pitch. And that is a ball. So ball 4, we got 2 men on. And Billy Goodman, the hitter. Goodman hits it to center, but that should be playable. There's a man there. Can of corn. 2 outs. 2-0 now. Toronto, we got Luis Gomez up with only 1 out. And this is ripped into the gap. That's going to get to the wall. More runs for the Jays. It's going to be a triple. 4-0 Toronto, and they've come out on fire here in game number 3. 4-0, 5-1 to the 8th inning. Let's see if Boston can make any kind of run. Jackie Jensen against Stieb, who's been so good so far. This is hit deep to right, near the wall. Caught. Here comes the throw. Runner's going to score. So it's 5-2. Otto Velez back up now. We are in the 8th inning. This one's ripped deep to left, to the wall. Get on your feet, Jays fans. It is gone. 6-2. The Blue Jays turning things around here in Game 3. They could care less what the records say. They are here to fight this series out, and they are about to win Game 3. Steve is going to go the distance. Budding is the hitter. Here it comes. Fly ball to left. Should be easy. Deep but catchable. And there you have it. Woods has got it, and the Blue Jays take their second game. They win it 6-2 behind their young star Dave Steve. They win at home to their fans' delight. And they really now are putting the pressure on the Red Sox. Steve went 9 innings, struck out 3, pitched so well under pressure. Otto Velez 1 for 2 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and Gene Stevens for the Red Sox had a double and a run and a couple walks. Only 5 hits for Boston. It was the big 3-run 7th that really put ice on this ball game as the Blue Jays had control, and it was the pitching of Steve who did the job. Nixon taking the loss. And this series now, folks, is 2-1. Kudos to the Blue Jays for recovering from that 15-1 loss and coming back and actually winning. That's the way this game works. Baseball day to day. Every day at the ballpark's a new day. And now we face game number 4. Dave Sizzler for the Red Sox against Jim Clancy. Will the Jays continue the momentum and actually now start to believe they can win this series against a supposedly much better Red Sox side? Let's see if the Sox respond again like they did in Game 2. Sizzler will have that opportunity. Game 2 from Exhibition Stadium. It'll be loud, and the Jays will be pulling for another win. Let's head out for the action. Game number 4. On for Gernert. And Gernert hits it into the left field corner, so that's going to get Boston on the board here early. The Red Sox up 1-0 as Gernert continues his very good series with a double. Second inning, 2 on for Bosetti. Bosetti goes high to left field. That'll be caught. Man tagging up. This should tie the game at 1 here in the second inning. To the third, Jackie Jensen up with a man on first. Clancy delivers. This is hit to second. Play made their double play for the Jays. Boy, they sure don't play like they lost 109 games. To the fourth we go. Bosetti back up. Man on first. This one's hit to short. And the ball gets away. A bad throw there by the shortstop. And we got runners second and third with 2 outs. And Danny Ainge at the plate. Ainge will go back to the mound. Play made at first, and the Red Sox will get out of it, so Ainge can't come through. To the 6th we go. Jensen the hitter. Pitch is low. Jensen will head the first. He's walked. Ted Williams now hitting. Ted Williams goes deep to right. This one could go. Ted Williams with his first home run of the series. A 2-run shot here in the 6th. 3-1 in favor of Boston. A big hit by Ted. At 37, he's still got the bat speed indeed. To the 7th, Pearsall the hitter. Pearsall takes this deep to left. To the wall. 4-1 Boston. Pearsall with the homer. A different story here in game number 4. Boston now with the lead. Bottom of the 8th, 5-1 our score. Here's Alfredo Griffin. Griffin goes back up the middle. That's going to be a tough play. Infield hit. So runners on the corners. Nobody out for Al Woods. Woods takes ball 4, and with nobody out, the base is loaded for Toronto, and John Mayberry at the plate. Dave Sizzler in trouble. This ball's lifted to center. It's going to get down. 1 run in. 2 runs are going to score. A 2-run double by Mayberry. It is 5-3 with still nobody out. Leo Kiley coming in. He's going to face Otto Velez, who has a chance to really do some damage. And he'll come through just fair down the right field line. 2 runs are going to score. And the Jays have tied this game at 5. What a rally here in the 8th inning. 5-5 our score, a 2-run double by Otto Velez. Can they take the lead? Roy Howell will strike out swinging. And here comes the catcher, Rick Cerrone. He'll hit this back up the middle. Great play by Kiley. He spears a line drive that looked like it was going through to center. And Bosetti now with 2 outs, still a man on second. He walks on a 3-2 pitch, so first and second for Danny Ainge. Ainge will hit this one to second. He beats it. Danny Ainge, an infield single. Well, actually, they're going to give an error on that one. Base is loaded for Luis Gomez. What a spot here. Gomez goes to second, however, and Boston will end the inning, but they do allow 4. 5-5. They were fortunate to get out with a tie. And here's Mickey Vernon. We're in the 9th, folks. Swing and a miss there, and a strikeout on a curveball. 2 outs here. Jackie Jensen up. This is lifted to right field, but should be caught out there. So we'll move to the bottom of the 9th. Can the Blue Jays do it again? Alfredo Griffith, the hitter. He'll lift it to left. That's caught by the shortstop. 2 outs now for Mayberry, who's got some power. He takes it inside. Ball 4. Kiley now facing Otto Velez. Lifted to center field. Hit well, but it should be in the park. It is caught. And game number 4 is going to extras, folks. And this game has moved all the way to the 14th inning. Billy Goodman at the plate. Still tied at 5. And Goodman goes to short. Play is made there for the out. 2 outs for Ted Williams. Tom Murphy pitching now. Williams takes ball 4, so they avoid Williams's power. But Dick Gennert at the plate here. And Gennert's going to lift this one to left. It'll drop for a hit. So first and second, 2 outs for the Red Sox. And Billy Klaus has a chance. Murphy delivers. This one's hit hard, and it's going to drop in left field. Williams is going to hold up. Base is loaded for the Red Sox. 2 down. And Don Budding in a huge spot. Can he come through? Budding lifts this one. It's going to drop. A base hit. Couldn't make the play. Diving, there's the right fielder. The run scores. It is 6-5. Otto Velez gave it his best shot. Couldn't come up with it. Here's Sammy White. White will lift this one to left. That's going to drop in for a hit. 2 more Red Sox runs. This is now an 8-5 game. Boston is broken open with a huge 2-out rally. We move to the bottom of the 14th inning. Ike the Lock trying to close it down here. Hit to center. Should be a base hit. It is. Otto Velez now at the plate. 2 outs. Velez lines at the center field. Broken bat single. And the tying run, folks, coming to the plate here in the 14th. Dave McKay with 2 outs. But McKay looks at strike 3, looking. Game over. The Red Sox do it the hard way. They win it in 14 innings. 8-5 to even this series at 2. What a battle this series has begun. We say it so often, you never know what you're going to get in these best-of-7 series. And it is Boston who found a way. 3 runs in that 14th inning, 16 hits, and 4 errors that really hurt them. But they were able to overcome it and find a way to win. Dick Gennert having a great series, 4 for 7 with 2 RBIs. Williams 1 for 5 with that 2-run homer. Velez 3 for 6, 2 doubles. He tried to save the run, And the big inning on a diving play in right, but came up just a little bit short. The Red Sox would go on to score 3. And now, folks, it is 2-2 in games. And this series has quickly become a dramatic one. And now is down to a best of 3. So one more game at Exhibition Stadium before we head to Boston. This is a crucial one. Let's see if the Jays can continue to fight. A rematch of Game 1, Tom Brewer against Tom Underwood. Game number 5, coming right at you. What a great series we've had. Boston and Toronto back and forth. The Jays trying to pull a mammoth upset. And Game 5 will go a long way in determining that. Let's head out to Exhibition Stadium. This excellent series continues now as Boston threatens in the first inning. It's Ted Williams with 2 on and 1 out. Williams lines it, and he's going to come through with his biggest hit of the series. It is a 2-run shot. A double for Ted Williams. 2-0 Boston here in the very first inning. He comes through. A 2-run knock. And the third inning now, Williams up again in a similar spot. Second and third. And Williams goes this time in a dribbler to second that turns into a double play. So can't come through that time. We move to the fourth. Brewer facing Velez. 2-0 our score. And there's a walk. The curveball doesn't get over, so we got runners first and second with only 1 out for Roy Howell. Howell will line this one to center. That'll get down. So Toronto is going to get on the board here. 2-1 our score as Howell comes through with an RBI single. Cerrone trying to give his team the lead or something more, and a base hit there. So the base is loaded for Toronto, a huge spot. And Rick Bassetti facing Brewer, only 1 out. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 4. This game is tied at 2. They walk in a run. And Danny Ainge is up. Infield now awaiting. This is hit to center field. That ball is going to be caught. A great catch out there in center field by Pearsall. We've seen it before. Wonderful play. And Luis Gomez up now. Bases loaded. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, he got him. So, Toronto could have scored more. They'll take the tie, but boy, if it wasn't for some great defense, it could have been a lead. But they have a chance now, bottom of the 5th. Velez back up with 2 outs. And Velez will line a single to right. That's going to get down. Velez is out at second, but the run's going to count. So it is 3-2 Toronto. Velez coming through. 2 to 6th we go. Jackie Jensen facing Underwood. Boston down a run, but this one's ripped for a single to lead off the 6th inning. So Boston trying to make a comeback here. Ted Williams back up. And Williams takes ball 4. He checks his swing. So first and second for Dick Gernert. Gernert goes to short. They get 1. Relay to first. Double play. The Jays turn it beautifully. And Billy Klaus now up with 2 outs. Runner on third. He's going to lift this one. It should be caught out in right field. So Toronto will hold on to the 3-2 lead. And Roy Howell up in the bottom of the 6th. This is hit hard and deep. Splits the gap there. Howell's going to make it to second with a double, maybe more. He's going for 3. It is a triple for Roy Howell as Toronto looks for more insurance here. 5-2 now. We've moved to the 7th. Sammy White up. And he hits it to short. There it is, an error. Whoa, they had an easy double play. And the mistake is made. So now Boston with an opportunity. Gene Stevens up. He represents the tying run. But he strikes out swinging. Underwood gets him there. And Jimmy Pearsall with a big chance still. Pearsall lines this one, but right at the right fielder. So 2 outs. Whoa, we hit that one well. To the 8th inning we go. Dick Gernert, the hitter against Underwood. They're 2 outs. He singles up the middle. Boston's going to need a big rally to try to get this game back into their favor. We move bottom of the 8th, however. Danny Ainge, the hitter. He singles to center field. So with 1 out, Ainge is on. But we move to the 9th. Ainge did score at 6-2 with 2 outs for Buskey, who's come in to pitch. Tom Buskey, here it comes. Fly ball to center field, and yes, indeed, the 79 Toronto Blue Jays, yes, the team that lost 109 games, are 1 game away from winning this series. They take 2 out of 3 at home. They win this one 6-2. Tom Underwood, a good performance. He gets the win. Roy Howell, 2 for 3 with a triple and an RBI. Jackie Jensen, 2 for 3 for the losing side. 11 hits for the Jays. They put it together after falling behind 2-0 early and put 6 on the board unanswered. Underwood gets the win, as we mentioned. Brewer the loss. And folks, this series is moving back to Fenway Park with, yes, the Blue Jays in control. The Red Sox need to win 2 in a row at home, and the Blue Jays just got to get 1. Can they do it? They're approaching the finish line. Do they have enough to actually accomplish it? We'll see if the Red Sox can force it Game 7. Frank Sullivan, the man who will take the mound against Dave Lemanzik, who had a really rough time his last time out, but it's a new day. Back to Boston. Desperation now for the Red Sox. They have to do it now or never, and the Blue Jays can really smell it now. Can they pull the epic upset? So enough said. Let's head out to Game 6 for all the drama. The Red Sox, it's do or die as they face the upstart Jays. To the 4th inning, we are scoreless in a good pitching matchup. Ray Howell is the hitter. And Howell's going to line a single to center field. So the Jays with a good rally here in the 4th inning. Nobody out. And Rick Cerrone at the plate. Here's Sullivan's pitch. And Sullivan with a good sweeping curve gets him. 1 out for Danny Ainge. Ainge walks and the base is loaded here with only 1 out. And Luis Gomez is the hitter. Gomez goes to first, play at home, they get 1, relay to first, double play, the Red Sox turn it beautifully, 3-1-3, and this inning is over. Beautiful play by Boston. For the 5th, the Jays coming again, John Mayberry now up there, he hits it to center, man on second is going to try to score, he will, 1-0 Blue Jays here in the 5th inning. To the bottom of the 5th, a new man, Dave Lemanzik. He's pitched brilliantly in this game. But this one's hit to third, play at second. Now a relay to first and a double play. So the Jays holding on to that 1-0 lead. We are in the 7th inning. Billy Goodman, the hitter. Here it comes. Goodman hits it too short. Tough play. Infield hit. He just beats it. Good hustle by Goodman. And Jackie Jensen now at the plate. Boston down 1. And Jensen rips it to left. A base hit. Runner moving to third. The ball gets away. A little bit of a mishap there in the outfield allows the runners to advance. Not what Toronto needs right now. Ted Williams up. Nobody out. 2 on. And Williams rips a single to right. That's going to tie the game. Another run around in third. He's safe. A go-ahead 2-run single by Ted Williams here in the 7th inning. Bases loaded. Boston looking to open it up. Budding lines it to center. Another hit for the Red Sox. They'll play 2 more. The floodgates open up here in the 7th inning. It is 4-1. To the 8th we go now. Sullivan on the mound trying to close it out, but there's a hit for the Jays with the man on and 1 out. Runner moving to third, so the throw will be late. So Toronto brings up the tying run. Ray Howell at the plate, 1 out. This is line to right. That's going to get down a base hit. Run scores. It is 4-2 now. And Rick Cerrone comes up. Kylie's come in the pitch in a big spot. This is hit to third. Play made at second. Around the horn. Big double play for the Red Sox. 4-2. We hit the bottom of the eighth. Jensen now at the plate. Jensen goes into the gap deep to center. It'll get down there into the corner. Jensen has a double with one out in the eighth. Jenert with a chance to bring him in. Jenert will go deep to center. This one's way back there to the wall. Big crucial home run by Jenert. His big series continues. A 2-run shot when his team needs it. 6-2 our score heading to the ninth inning. Nobody out. Rico Cardi up. The Jays coming back again. This will be fly to center. Catch is made. Throw cut off. Ainge scores. It's 6-3 for Al Woods with 2 outs. Woods pops it up. This should do it. Pearsall in center field, and the Red Sox say not today. They survive, win this one 6-3, tie the series at 3, and you know what that means, fans. We are preparing for an epic Game 7. Boston ties the series. Frank Sullivan gets the win. He goes into the 8th inning, allows 2 earned runs. Dick Jurnett having an outstanding series, 2 for 4 with a homer, 2 RBIs. Danny Ainge, a good game. 2 for 3, a double, a run scored. Lemanzik pitched well, but it kind of fell apart there in the late innings. The 7th especially, when Boston put 4 on the board, 2 more in the 8th. 2 survived. They were down 1-0 going into that inning with their lives on the line. They responded. Kylie gets the save, and Boston, hats off, come back and even this series. What an outstanding, competitive, dramatic series it has been, folks. The 109-loss Blue Jays putting it all on the line. The Red Sox fighting for survival. And now it comes down to Game 7. Dave Stieb, the 22-year-old, ice blood in his veins pitcher, taking the mound against Willard Nixon. What will happen? It's one game, everything out the window, because it's only 9 innings now to determine the winner. Can Boston hold on, or will the Blue Jays cause an epic upset for a team that wasn't expected to do anything? So, without further ado, to Fenway Park, Game 7 coming up. So Rick Bassetti facing Nixon to start off the crucial Game 7. Full house here at Fenway Park. It is 49 degrees, wind blowing out to left, and here's a little looper, but a nice play there by Jernert, and it is the first out of Game 7. But Toronto's coming forward. 1 out. Otto Vella's at the plate. He takes ball 4. So the base is loaded for the Jays here in the very first inning. Our first crucial moment. Ray Howell at the plate. Base is loaded, 1 out. And they walk him. So a run is going to walk in. 1-0 Jays. And Rick Cerrone the hitter. It could get ugly here for Boston. This is hit to second. Play made there. Relay to first. They turn a crucial double play with the bases loaded. Could have been a lot worse. They do let up the run. We move to the second. Don Budding with the man on, 1 out. Steve delivers. This is shot to center. So with 1 out, 2 on for Boston. Sammy White, the hitter. White goes deep to right. This one's hit well, but right at the outfielder. Velez makes the play. That's the second out. That ball had some carry. We move to the 5th. 1-0 again. Much like it was on our last game, but this time the Jays looking to add to their lead. 2 on for Mayberry, 2 out, 3-2 pitch. Line into left, a base hit. Runner's going to try to score. 2-0 Toronto. A huge RBI by Mayberry. And the Blue Jays beginning to believe. Here's Velez trying to add even more. He walks. So again, the base is loaded for Toronto. 2 outs for Roy Howell. Nixon delivers. This one's lifted to right, but that should be caught. Retreating out there to make the play. Jensen does, but it's a run in the end for Toronto. They lead 2-0. Bottom of the 5th, Sammy White against Steve. Steve pitching still a shutout. This one back up the middle. Tough play. It's going to be an infield hit. White is aboard. Here's Willard Nixon, the pitcher. He might put something down. He does. Play made at first. Whoa, Steve might have had a play there at second. He avoids it. So White on second. Billy Goodman, the hitter, 5th inning. This one is drilled down the line and is fair. That's going to score a run. Goodman makes it to second. It is 2-1. Boston gets on the board here in the 5th inning to their fans' delight. Steve allows his first runs. Here's Jackie Jensen. 2 outs. Jensen goes deep to left. This is over the left fielder's head, up against the scoreboard. We are tied at 2. Jensen has a triple. The Red Sox come all the way back here in the 5th inning. We are tied at 2. So Ted Williams a chance to give his team the lead. Steve digging in. That's low for ball 4, so they pitch around Ted. And Jenert, the hitter. Jenert has seen great pitches to hit in this series, but not this time. He flies out to left, but Boston is able to tie the game at 2. Game 7 moving along here. We are even. Budding up here in the bottom of the 6th. Budding looks at strike 3 with the man on. To the 7th we go. Jimmy Pearsall facing Dave Steve. It is 2-2, folks. Inside, Pearsall now on base. Nobody out. Goodman, the hitter. He misses the bunt, trying to move those runners along. There it is. Play made at first, so a good bunt. Pearsall now on second. And Jackie Jensen, who's tripled today, has a chance. And Jensen goes to third, however. Plays made there. Howell makes it. So 2 outs, and Ted Williams, another big spot against Steve. And Williams goes to first, but the play's made there by Mayberry, and this inning's over. We move to the 8th. It's getting dramatic, folks. Rick Cerrone, the hitter. Cerrone goes deep. That's going to go up against the scoreboard. So a 2-out hit here by Rick Cerrone. It might be 3, as the outfielder has some issues. Cerrone with the 2-out triple. So a huge run now at third base for Danny Ainge. Kiley's come in to pitch. And there's a strike. He strikes him out. So a good job there by Kiley getting out of it. Budding is up here. Steve is gone. Tom Buskey's the new pitcher. There's 2 outs. And this one's hit to shortstop. A nice play. That'll do it. The 8th inning over. We've moved to the 9th. Cannot get more dramatic. Game 7. Tied at 2. Rico Carty at the plate. Carty goes to center field. That's deep to the wall, and it's caught back there on the track. Pearsall having a great defensive series. Dave McKay, the hitter, with 1 out. McKay will walk, so McKay gets aboard. Bassetti, the hitter. Bassetti goes to second. Play made there. Relay to first. Double play. So the Red Sox, now with a run in their frame here in the 9th, can walk it off. Buskey, the pitcher, against Mickey Vernon. All the tension in the air here in Boston. This is line to second, however. Nice play there by McKay. 2 outs for Jimmy Pearsall. Can Pearsall be a hero? Pearsall will pop it up. Easy play there, and we are going to extra innings. Game 7 in extras. What else can you ask for, folks? Here's Al Woods. We got a new pitcher, Ike DeLock. Here it comes. Strikeout. He got him swinging. DeLock bringing some heat. One out for Mayberry. Mayberry walks. He goes to first base. Otto Vella's the hitter. This is hit to short. Play made at second. Relay to first. Another double play for the Sox. So we had bottom of the 10th. Tied at 2. Here's Billy Goodman. Tom Buskey still on the mound. Goodman will line a single to left the other way. Great piece of hitting by Goodman. He's got decent speed. And now coming in is Dave Friesleben. In relief, Jackie Jensen. Let's see if he tries to move the runner. No, he looks at strike 3 and a rough at bat for Jensen. He can't move the runners. And here now is Ted Williams. Runner on first. Williams at the plate. They walk Ted. A big walk that is. That puts the winning series run in scoring position. And it is Dick Jernert, who's had an unbelievable series. It would be poetic justice if he can end it. He hits it a liner that is going to drop in left field. The runner's going to hold up and the bases are going to be loaded. One out for Billy Klaus. A huge spot, obviously. Klaus has a chance to win it. Infield is in. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Did he hold up? He did. It's a walk-off walk for the Boston Red Sox, who win Game 7 in the most unconventional way. They get a ball 4 walk with the bases loaded. What a way to end this series. What a heartbreak for the Jays to end it this way. But celebrations at Fenway Park. The Red Sox pull through. They win both Games 6 and 7 in dramatic fashion. And this, folks, has to be nominated as one of our very best series we played out. What a great 7 games we had. It came down to the 10th inning of Game 7. Willard Nixon and Dave Stieb were pitching their hearts out. Billy Goodman, 2 for 3 with a double and 2 runs scored, including the game winner. He had that big hit in the 10th to get on base, and before you knew it, the bases were loaded, and the walk-off base on balls happens as Buskey couldn't get it done. In relief, they brought in a secondary relief pitcher who couldn't get it done either. That would be Friesleben, and Friesleben was the man who let the final walk happen with the bases loaded. DeLocke gets the win, who did his job in relief. And as we catch our breath, this series is over. Wow, hats off to the 109-loss Blue Jays, who battled it out against an 84-win team. It looked like they were going to make it happen. They were on the doorstep, only to be denied. Unbelievable. Looking at the numbers, you can see here Fredo Griffith hit .375, but it was John Mayberry, 7 RBIs with a .357 average. Ray Howell, .320 with 6 RBIs. These players playing their hearts out and stepping up when they had to. They're pitching as well, quite good. Look at Tom Underwood, 1.65 ERA. He won 2 games. What a performance for him in this series. Dave Stieb gave it everything he had. .225 for the kid also. 16 innings of work. He did it in Game 7 as well. Kept this team in it, even if they couldn't get it done. The pen, a little bit more difficult for them. You can see here Lemanzik, he went 0 for 2, even though he pitched much better in Game 6, which he lost. But the pen also, we knew it going in, not the strongest. For the Red Sox, they got to be wondering, whoa, if the 109-loss team is giving them a battle, wait till the competition gets a little bit better. But either way, they move on. What a series for Dick Jernert. 3 homers, 8 RBIs, .433 for him. Wonderful series. Billy Goodman played well. Jackie Jensen, .357. Pierce saw great defense. He also hit 2 home runs. Ted Williams, only .231. He had a rough series at times, but did have some big hits as well. So a good series for some unconventional stars for the Red Sox. They're pitching. Frank Sullivan, unbelievable job. 2-0, 1.13 ERA. Great series for him, to say the least. Ike DeLocke in the bullpen. He won 2 games, including Game 7, pitched very well. Willard Nixon, not as strong. Dave Sizzler and Mel Parnell struggled. The MVP of the series, it looks like it's going to go to Dick Gennert. Gennert had quite a good series. He deserves a lot of credit for 33. 3 home runs, 8 RBI, 6 runs scored, 3 doubles, slugged .833. Wonderful series for the first baseman. He took advantage of batting behind Ted Williams and made the most of it. So again, it was that Game 7 that was a walk-off that gave Boston the 3-2 lead. They take the series, and Series 186 is over. It was a great one. Hopefully you enjoyed and you stayed through the whole thing, because we had so many ups and downs and exciting games that it was unexpected, but definitely worth it, which is why we pick all kinds of teams to get matchups that will entertain and bring up new stars like Dick Gennert, who got it done today. So that's a wrap. Series 186 is over. We will take a breath, take a break, and we will be right back with you. Out of the Park Baseball 21 historical baseball matchup. Thanks for joining us this time. We will be back. Take it easy. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.